Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever just got some tough news that could have a big impact on the team's future. With WNBA free agency right around the corner, this setback could really shake up their plans for the offseason.
In free agency, we'll think about veterans coming in with that playoff experience.
Clark's rise as one of the league's brightest stars has made this news all the more surprising. And now fans are wondering what this means for the Fever's next steps. Let's break down what happened and how it could affect the team's future.
Obviously, as we get into free agency, the number one priority for us is re-signing Kelsey Mitchell. I think that backcourt was about as lethal as we've seen in the WNBA, and I'm talking maybe in history in the second half of the season last.
Clark's impact extends far beyond the court. Her arrival has rejuvenated fan interest in Indiana basketball, leading to record-breaking attendance figures for the Fever.
How do you respond to those comments, and do you think the award should have been given to the entire WNBA rather than Caitlin Clark individually?
I think Caitlin Clark deserves that.
Caitlin Clark's free agency. With her rookie contract eventually expiring, other teams are undoubtedly preparing to make lucrative offers to lure her away. The Fever, while rejuvenated, must grapple with the reality that retaining Clark will require not only financial incentives but also a long-term vision for building a championship-caliber team around her. Merchandise sales for her limitless basketball collection have shattered expectations, showcasing her unique ability to connect with audiences. But as the Fever and their fans revel in this Cinderella season, a looming uncertainty threatens to overshadow the joy.
She has so many fans, and you saw it across arenas. I mean, people are moving games because so many people wanted to see her play.
For now, the Fever and their fans are cherishing every moment of this historic rookie season. But the question remains, can Indiana do enough to keep Caitlin Clark and ensure the continuation of this remarkable journey? Or will the allure of bigger markets and stronger rosters prove too tempting for the WNBA's brightest new star? The answer could define the next era of women's basketball. While Caitlin Clark's rookie season has been nothing short of transformative, the Fever now face the harsh realities of WNBA roster management. The league's salary cap, though increased in recent years, remains restrictive, posing significant challenges for teams attempting to build and retain star-studded lineups. For a team like the Fever, who are in the early stages of reclaiming their place among the league's elite, the stakes couldn't be higher. Caitlin Clark is the linchpin of Indiana's turnaround, but building a championship-caliber team around her requires investing in complementary talent. Players like Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Lexi Hull have played pivotal roles in the Fever's success this season. And keeping such a core intact while navigating salary cap constraints will test the team's front office. Adding to the challenge is the inevitability of other franchises, particularly those in larger markets, preparing enticing offers to lure Clark when her rookie contract ends. This situation isn't unique to Indiana, but is amplified by Clark's unprecedented impact on and off the court. She's not just a rising basketball superstar, she's a marketable sensation who's brought unparalleled attention to the WNBA. Losing her would mean more than just losing a player, it would be a blow to the Fever's momentum, potentially reversing their newfound prominence in the league. The Fever must act strategically, not only to secure Clark's long-term future, but also to remain competitive. Creative roster building, intelligent use of the salary cap, and a commitment to a winning culture will all be essential to keep their franchise cornerstone happy. The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing is clear. Indiana's ability to navigate this financial puzzle could shape the fate of their franchise and the league as a whole. The WNBA salary cap, set at $142 million for 2025, presents a formidable challenge for teams like the Indiana Fever. While Caitlin Clark remains locked into her rookie deal for a few more seasons, the looming financial hurdles come from the roster around her. Key players such as Kelsey Mitchell and Nalissa Smith, who have been instrumental in the Fever's resurgence, are either approaching free agency or will soon be eligible for lucrative contract extensions. Kelsey Mitchell, in particular, represents a high-stakes decision for the Fever. As a seasoned veteran and one of the league's most reliable scorers, Mitchell has not only provided crucial leadership, but also played a significant role in mentoring Clark throughout her rookie season. Her presence has allowed Clark to thrive, knowing there's a steady hand in the backcourt to shoulder pressure. However, retaining Mitchell is likely to come at a premium price. With her production and experience, she could command a maximum contract, making her an invaluable, albeit expensive, asset. NaLyssa Smith, on the other hand, offers a different kind of challenge. Her versatility in the front court and ability to complement Clark's dynamic play have been essential to the Fever's success. However, Smith's rising star status means she'll also be seeking a substantial pay raise when the time comes. Balancing her contract demands alongside Mitchell's and Clark's eventual Supermax extension will require delicate financial maneuvering. This is where the Fever's front office must demonstrate both creativity and strategic foresight. The $42 million cap doesn't leave much room for error, forcing Indiana to make tough decisions about which players to prioritize. Can they retain Mitchell and Smith while also building a deep, competitive roster to support Clark's championship aspirations? Or will they be forced to part ways with key contributors to stay within the league's financial constraints? For now, the Fever are enjoying the fruits of their breakout season, but the pressure is mounting. With limited cap space and rising contract demands, every decision they make will shape not just their immediate future, but also their ability to sustain success in the long term. Whether they can navigate these challenges will determine if Indiana remains a perennial contender, or if their momentum is cut short by the harsh realities of the WNBA's financial structure. NaLyssa Smith has quickly become one of the most exciting young talents in the WNBA, and her partnership with Caitlin Clark has been a key factor in the Fever's rise. Smith's presence in the paint, both as a scoring threat and as a dominant rebounder, has been essential to the Fever's success this season. Her ability to carve out space in the post, combined with her agility and basketball IQ, makes her an invaluable piece of Indiana's offense, especially in pick-and-roll situations with Clark. The chemistry between these two is undeniable. Clark's precision passing and Smith's ability to finish with ease has made the duo a nightmare for opposing defenses. Losing Smith would be a devastating blow to the Fever's aspirations of building a championship-caliber team. While Clark is undeniably the franchise cornerstone, the synergy between her and Smith provides a critical dimension to the Fever's offense. Smith's versatile skill set and defensive prowess make her one of the league's rising stars. And without her, the Fever would face a significant challenge in replacing her impact on both ends of the floor. The loss of either Smith or Mitchell would force Indiana to rework its strategy. Mitchell's scoring and leadership are vital, but Smith's role as a physical presence in the paint and her growing chemistry with Clark cannot be overstated. If the Fever are unable to keep these players, they risk losing the foundation of what has made their team so dynamic this season, an exciting blend of youth, talent, and leadership that has already put them in contention. The Fever's front office must now navigate a complicated free agency landscape. They will need to weigh the value of retaining key players like Kelsey Mitchell and NaLyssa Smith against the need to build around Caitlin Clark and ensure the team remains competitive. With other franchises eyeing potential acquisitions and financial pressures mounting, Indiana cannot afford to make hasty decisions. The challenge will be to keep the team's momentum alive without sacrificing long-term sustainability. Coach Christy Sides and the Fever's front office are at a pivotal crossroads, where every move from here on out will be under intense scrutiny. The team has cultivated a chemistry that has fueled their rise this season, but sustaining that momentum will require strategic foresight and a keen eye for future talent. In an environment where financial flexibility is scarce, the front office will need to be highly proactive, identifying players who can seamlessly fit into their system and complement the existing core of Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and NaLyssa Smith. The goal is to fill any gaps without disrupting the harmony that's been a hallmark of this team's success. Shrewd moves will be essential, whether it's securing role players who can provide depth or targeting emerging stars who can grow alongside the current core. The Fever must be deliberate in how they allocate their limited resources. Each signing, trade, or extension will carry significant weight, as it's not just about improving the roster on paper, it's about maintaining the team-first mentality that has elevated Indiana to contender status. The risk of losing their current momentum looms large. The The Fever have worked incredibly hard to rebuild their reputation, and any misstep in managing their roster could derail their progress. The challenge is not just keeping the team competitive, but also ensuring they don't lose sight of the chemistry that's been so vital to their success. The wrong addition or failure to retain a key player could create a ripple effect that impacts the team's dynamics for years to come. For sides and the front office, the task at hand is a balancing act. They must be forward-thinking, using this offseason to not only retain their stars but also find ways to build for the future without sacrificing the culture they've worked so hard to cultivate. If they succeed, the Fever could remain a dominant force in the league for years to come. If they falter, the uphill battle to regain the momentum they've built could be much steeper than they anticipate. The coming months will likely be the most critical in the Fever's journey to becoming a championship-caliber team. The Indiana Fever's resurgence this season has been about more than just wins on the court. It's been about reigniting a connection with the fans and reestablishing the team as a vital part of the community. One of the most striking indicators of this shift is the Fever's record-breaking home attendance. Over 300,000 fans filling Gainbridge Fieldhouse, setting a new WNBA single-season record. This massive turnout is a testament to the renewed energy surrounding the team, with the fan base rallying behind their players, creating an electric atmosphere that has fueled the Fever's success. At the heart of this resurgence is Caitlin Clark, whose star power has transcended the basketball court. Clark's ability to draw crowds and captivate audiences goes far beyond her on-court performance. Her charismatic presence, remarkable skills, and media-savvy persona have turned Indiana into one of the league's hottest tickets. Her impact is undeniable. She's not just a player, she's a cultural force, helping to elevate the WNBA's profile and attract new fans both locally and nationally. Clark's influence has provided a major boost to the Fever's visibility, making their games a must-watch event. Sustaining this momentum is about more than just one superstar. While Clark is the undeniable face of the franchise, the Fever's future success will depend on their ability to build a sustainable team culture that goes beyond her individual brilliance. The team has worked hard to build a strong core, with players like Kelsey Mitchell, Nalissa Smith, and Lexi Hull playing critical roles in their playoff aspirations. Their collective contributions have been integral in creating a well-rounded squad that isn't just reliant on Clark's star power, but can thrive as a unit.